Good evening everyone, and welcome to Gavra Academy Round 3 here at the Hockenheim Grand Prix Circuit. I'm JimsHead14. I will be your solo commentator here tonight. I would be normally joined by that small guy 2001, but sadly he is unavailable due to personal commitments. So I am hopefully going to take you through the action here tonight in Gavra Academy. We're just sitting in the lobby at the minute. Of course, it's the Formula C cars, 17 laps here tonight. And I don't want a power off sign on my TV. Just bear with me 2 seconds. That is done. There we go. And it looks like we are starting already, which is perfect timing. Got 12 drivers by the looks, which is a good attendance once again for Gavra Academy. And if you're unfamiliar with the track, there's 17 turns, not 16, as there is appearing on the track map on the right hand side there. 2.84 mile in length, or 4.6 kilometres. 17 turns. It's a very winding track. The third sector can be tricky as well here, and it will cause the drivers a few headaches, especially for those expecting to go near the top, like Javier and Kamos. So with that being said, let's run you through the standings for Gavra Academy. I'm just getting this up right now as I speak to you. Just bear with me 2 seconds. So this is Group B, of course, and we are now live into the lobby. Green flag is out. 20 minutes of qualifying has started. Let me get you everything up. Let's not get the timings up. Let's get trackside cam on. Get the splits on as well, and there we go. So we're in the lobby, and I've got standings up. So there is a tie for the lead at the minute in Gavra Academy Group B between Kamos and Javier Ranz. Statistically, Javier Ranz has been the quickest in qualifying. Javier has been the quickest in qualifying, but Kamos, of course, won last time out in Zhuhai in China, so we went from one side of the world to the other, as Javier Ranz is out on track. Everyone is pretty much getting out on track. N62 Becerra and Kaiser Goof currently not out on track. Becerra has just disconnected from the session. Hopefully he can join back pretty swiftly. But Kamos and Javier Ranz, as I said, tied on 54 points out in front. Then there's a 21 point gap difference to Krezar, who is here tonight. And there he is on track, just going through the hairpin. It's at the end of the first sector. Please bear with me if I do cough, as I'm still not 100%. But Krezar is currently sitting in third in the championship with 33 points. Kaiser Goof in fourth. He's also out on track, just about to come to the hairpin. 25 points. ABR and Teki round off the top 5. They're both tied on 21 points. Then it's Adam Crowther, Tiolo tied in 7th on 20 points. Matt, the Italian driver, in 9th, and GTSR 12 in 10th on 15 points. We've also got Noran on 13, N62 on 8, Becerra on 5, and Tom, who has not attended this race this season, is at the back of the championship with 0 points, or 0 points, as they say in thingy. But let's go on board for a lap with Javier Ranz. He's approaching turn 1 now. He's approaching the sud curve. Into turn 1 he goes. Very nice. Oh, he's running wide there. That could be an invalidation for Javier Ranz. There was a yellow flag briefly for a second. That's a turn 1. Don't know why there's a yellow flag. I think somebody is actually is waiting on the pit entry. Yeah, that's just cleared on the right hand side there. So Javier Ranz now on the run up towards the hairpin here in Hockenheim, and he's just going through the parabolic section now. These cars are slow. It's not just me looking at this. These cars are pretty slow. They reach 166 miles an hour, and Javier Ranz really not having the time of things on this lap, going wide out there. That might have been a bit of lag though, quite possibly. And now he approaches Mercedes, turn 8. Mercedes, of course, the sponsors now for Hockenheim, as was the case in Formula 1 earlier on this year. think N62 might have just had an invalidated lap, possibly on the left-hand side of the screen there. And Javier Ranz, who is on the lap at the minute, is now just gone through Mobile 1. He's now he's not at turn 12 because he's gone miles off in the gravel. So that's not ideal. Let's try on board with K-Morse. K-Morse was just behind him out on track, so it's interesting to see both championship contenders around the same area on track. K-Morse is now approaching turns 16 and 17. That's the sud curve they're just coming out of. And K-Morse now coming across the line to set the first lap of the session. And it's a 1:47.6. Javier Ranz on that lap, so 1:53.3. So quite interesting. Once again, let's have a look on board with Kaiser Goof. He's now just coming towards Sachs at turn 12. This section actually counts as 3 corners. So you've got turn 13, that one has just gone through, 14 on the curve and 15 there. Now into turn 16, which is the sud curve, which is the corner before the sud curve, and then back onto the straight to start his lap. So Kaiser Goof is reaching the end of his lap. Let's see what he's going to set. Kaiser Goof pushed himself up to 7th with a 1:53.9. I have a feeling that Javier Ranz has just came out the pits actually, so let's not go on board with him. But K-Morse currently setting the tone at the minute. If you do want to get in touch with us, of course, or in touch with me, I will do my best to have a look at the comments during this race. Put down in the comment section your prediction, your top 3 for qualifying and your top 3 for the race. And that'd be much appreciated. We want to, of course, try and get, well, I certainly want to, of course, get a bit of, like, rhythm going between myself and the drivers out on track and the viewers viewing the stream. But K-Morse, as you probably saw on the screen there, is 1.6 seconds up on his lap. So that essentially means he's going to be going around the 1:46 pace at the minute. Now, I've had a gander at the time trials, at the time trial laps, and I know Javier Ranz is the only driver that in this lobby, and on my friends list for that matter, that has done a lap around here, as K-Morse just improved to a 46.2 to go even further ahead of the opposition. But yeah, Javier Ranz is the only one that has set a time trial lap on my friends list, and he has set a 1:43 lap time. So that might be interesting to see in terms of qualifying pace. Javier Ranz, I think that is him just at Sachs now, yeah, that's him at Sachs now. Anybody else on the lap? Let's have a look through. Adam Crowther might be on a lap, let's have a look. As he approaches the through sud curve at the final corner. See how the Brit is going to be getting on here. Adam Crowther coming across the line, and he does not improve, but somebody that has improved just ahead of him is ABR. So ABR currently sitting in a tie for 7th in the championship, is currently in 2nd place on the grid with a 1:50.1. And he goes for a spin there as well, does the Brit. Probably getting a little bit of airtime there, he's probably listening on, which is very good. GTS is 2/10 down on the first sector. Let's just, in fact, let's go on board with Javier Ranz. He's the hairpin. He's at turn 3, turns 2, 3 and 4. Coming now toward Parabolica, which is the left-handed kink on this straight. And some of you, yes, that is Parabolica as in the Italian at Monza as well. But don't worry, they both have similar meanings, but they have different meanings. But because obviously this is Hockenheim, they have to call their corner Parabolica, which this one's a left-handed corner on this track, and Parabolica around Monza is a right-handed corner. So that's how you can tell the difference between the two Parabolicas. For anybody that might have been experiencing a little bit of withdrawal symptoms from Monza, and certainly on F1, like we're looking on board with how's Javier Ranz looking in the middle sector. Let's have a look. Not coming up on the timing screens at the minute. He is on a lap, and he's got a car ahead of him, which I think... Oh, he goes off in the gravel. Oh, that's going to be a major crash. It's a good job he returned to the gravel, returned to the garage there. And he really is struggling with this track already. He's just coming out in a bit of traffic, I do believe. Let's ride on board with somebody else for now. Adam Crowther has just improved, by the way, and he's gone for a spin. It's not the best moment to come on board with him, but Adam Crowther does improve. He's just at a 1:48.8, so he is currently second on the timing screens, 2.5 seconds off K Morse, who, for those of you who might have tuned in to my commentary, mine and Small Guys commentary in Season 5, K Morse was one of those drivers in Season 5. He's a returning member of the Gavra Academy, Season 6, and he's currently setting the pace pretty much of what we would expect of drivers here in Gavra Academy. Whole field, by the way, 12 drivers that we've got here tonight are separated by 9.5 seconds. As K Morse goes for a spin, nearly in the pits there, nearly ended up in the pits. If you can get that in reverse or auto start the engine, which he is going to do, I would personally come back in the pits if I was him, because he's not going to be getting much speed off that lap. He's going to be down on his lap even before he begins. But let's try and board with somebody else for now. Not sure if Javier is reaching the end of his lap or if he's just started one. Let's have a look, and he doesn't get caught on that curb. He doesn't get caught on the curb at turn 11 there. Now at turn 12, this is Sachs, famously where Sebastian Vettel went off, of course, for those F1 viewers amongst us, like myself. Sebastian Vettel did go off at turn 12 at Sachs, and I will keep pointing out that corner whenever somebody comes round that corner. Javier Rand's now approaching the line. Is he going to be putting it up there? I think he's just starting his lap, actually. And Javier Rand, let's actually ride on board. Let's go and ride on board with him. This is the onboard shot, which is not the greatest. Let's go on trackside, actually. Not the greatest with the lock views, everything in the way. Javier Rand's reaching the end of the first sector. Normally a Formula 1 car, Formula A class car, can make it through the first sector, certainly on F1 2018, in around 15-16 seconds, which is pretty rapid, if I've got to be honest. And these cars, however, do take a bit more time, and I think it's around about 17-18 seconds around here, and the lap times certainly are about nearly 30 seconds slower compared to those times that can be set on F1 2018. Javier Rand's now approaching Mercedes. This is turn 8. This is Mercedes, just in front of the Mercedes-Benz grandstand there, of course. Mercedes have now got ownership of the track, and that is why you might hear, you might have saw Lewis Hamilton win, of course, in Hockenheim this season in F1. Javier Rand again getting caught in the glass. He's going for it though. He's going to keep on with this lap, now approaching Sachs. Right hand there, on the right of shot, that's where Sebastian Vettel crashed. As we went through shot there. And Javier Rand's now approaching the final corner at Sud Curve. Around the final corner he goes, very, very nice indeed. Javier Rand, Spaniard, is he going to go ahead of K Morse? No! He goes 900ths off though, and that is a very good lap time by Javier Rand. So the two guys at the top, in fact the three guys at the top of the championship, fill out the top 3 positions. K Morse currently on top. Let's go on board with him at the minute. He's just ahead of Javier Rand again on track. Championship contenders getting in the way with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this session. So let's give you a full rundown of the order as it stands. K Morse on top with a 1:46.2. He's 900ths clear of Javier Rand, the Spaniard, in second, with Krezar third in the championship and third here at Hockenheim with a 1:48.3. Adam Crowther with a 1:48.8. Is he improving on this lap? He doesn't. I think he might have had a spin somewhere out on track. Matt currently in 5th, the Italian, and he's set a 1:49.4, and he's 3.1 seconds up the pace. ABR in 6th. He was second for a time in this session. Let's see if he's improving. Currently right on board with him. We'll be around the final corner now. Not looking too bad. Coming across the line. And he does improve, he just goes up to 5th there, 2.9 seconds off the pace to 149.2. Very nice lap there by ABR. And he goes up to 5th, ahead of Matt. And it's Norrin in the pits in 7th. N62 currently in 8th with a 150.5. Norrin with a 150.2. N62 with a 150.5 in 8th. GTS R12 with a 150.7 in 9th. Just going for a bit of a spin there as well. Getting caught, nearly done with Charles Leclerc. Kaiser Goof just going through shot. I'm just going through turn 1 there. He's currently sitting in 10th. He's 4th in the championship, but he's currently sitting in 10th. He can do better in the races. So watch out for him if he's going to be thinking. And he's already 3/10 up on his lap, so he is improving just a little bit. Becerra in 11th and Tiolo in 12th. Becerra with a 152.8 and Tiolo with a 154.0. So let's run on board with Kaiser Goof. He's now at the hairpin at turn 6. Round. Very, very nice lap so far. He was about 4/10 up in the first sector. So let's just have a look. Let's have a look on board with the comments section, as we do have a comment in the comment section. And we'll have a look. And hello to you as well in the comment section. I haven't seen you before. And Kaiser Goof. Not sure what happened now. I think he might have had a little bit of a spin out of turn 8 in Mercedes. Not quite sure what happened now. I think I caught it on the stream, so I will go back on that. And he is now a second down in his lap time. Unless he can improve in the final sector. Looks like he's just taking it easy a little bit. Yeah, Kaiser Goof is taking it easy on this lap. He's probably going to prepare for another lap. We've only got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left, roughly, in the session. So it is interesting to see how Kaiser Goof will progress through the order. He has got the potential to be right up there in the rankings as it stands. Kay Morse and Javier Vans currently on top. Adam Crowther, I may note, has just gone third with a 147.7. Just want to see if any of the top guys are on a lap. Kay Morse isn't. Javier Vans now coming around the final corner. He might be improving. And he doesn't. I think he's just come out of the pits, hasn't he? Kay Morse has just gone back in the pits. Javier Vans. Very, very nice indeed. Still 146.3. And I'm proud that, oh, somebody's just gone off miles off in the background there. We'll see who it is when they inevitably return to the garage. But Adam Crowther did go up to 3rd. I missed that, but Adam Crowther is now setting a 147.7. And he is only 1.4 seconds off Kay Morse and Javier Vans. So the top 2 in the championship and the top 2 in this session here, and he's just gone further 3/10 quicker, nearly 4/10 quicker in fact. So Adam Crowther is showing some good pace here around Hockenheim in the Formula C car. And it will be interesting to see how Adam Crowther can get on in the race. He usually qualifies well. His race normally ends up a little bit pear-shaped, if I've got to be honest, if you've been on board in the first 2 rounds of Gavra Academy. ABR has just gone 4th there with a 148 flat, so he's 1.7 seconds off the pace. Norrin and Becerra need to get out of the pits if they want to set a lap, because at the minute they are not out on track. Of course, Gavra at the bottom. Kimos and Javier Vans through the middle sector. Through the final sector, sorry. He's through the final 2 turns now. Turn 16 and now up to turn 17 at the sud curve. Is Javier Vans improving? Can the Spaniard go pole? Can he nick it away from his championship rival? Here he goes up towards the line. Oh, yes he can. Yes, he can indeed. Javier Vans with a 145.2 goes top of the leaderboard by a second. Kay Morse will have to pull out something special if he wants to get pole position back off his nearest championship rival here in Gavra Academy. So I'm just going to check the comments once again. You're Sucky the Gavra driver. Good commentary too, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And Fernando Javier Vasquez Silva, I hope I've pronounced that right, is in the Rand fan club. So we've got the Rans fan club here tonight, and she might be impressed to see Javier Rans on top here in Gavra Academy. Once again, looking for his third pole position straight. Of course, we do have a break after this race. I think we're at the Red Bull Ring in the next round. But K-Morse has just gone through turn 1. We're going to ride on board with a lap. Can he get anywhere near Javier Rans? It's got to be something special from the Brit if he wants to try and win here, or try and get full position at least. Just going for a little bit of a hard spin into turn 2, a little bit of a drift through there. So he's looking to the first sector split. Didn't come up on my screen, but we'll stick with it anyways. He's got a car in front of him, which I think might be Becerra in front of him. That's Becerra in front of him, so who was that? That is Matt getting out of the way. That is Matt, the Italian, getting out of the way. So K-Morse may be impeded slightly with his lap. He's got 30 seconds, so this is his last lap. He's got to try and make a count here, the Brit. Javier Rans obviously feels like he's done enough, and he has given up on setting another lap here in qualifying. As K-Morse now reaches, just gone through the Mercedes-Benz grandstand, maybe going a little bit wide here off the curb. K-Morse is improving. Everyone is pretty much in the final sector. Oh, ABR's gone for a spin there. That's what you don't want to be seeing. Goodness me. N62 is the first one of those drivers. Sorry, it is GTS. First one of the drivers coming across the line. Let's ride on board with him. Is he going to improve on his 9th position? He's 5.4 seconds off the pace for 150.7 at the minute. Is he improving? No, he didn't improve. Well, K-Morse is now coming towards the line. Can he nick it away from Javier? No, he can't. No, he cannot. And K-Morse, 162, lap invalidated many times there for track limits, which is not great. Matt obviously finishes lap. N62 rounding the final corner. His lap's been invalidated, so qualifying is over. And your order stands as it is, with Javier Rans on top, K-Morse in second, Adam Crowther in third, ABR, Krasar, Matt, Noren, N62, GTS and Kaiser Goof, the top 10 as we now go and spawn. We've got 12 drivers, of course. There is 13 on the screen, but there is 12 drivers. Let's get everything up for you, guys. The track map and the speedo, of course, very important to see how fuel modes, how the fuel can run out around this track, and it can. Trust me, it can. I did a stint round here on my own with AI, and the fuel runs out pretty quick per lap. It runs out like probably a litre per lap. I even count it as 1.2 litres a lap, which is not ideal. But we are about to get started here. The light sequence will come up. You will see 3 sets of red lights before we go green here in Hockenheim. Put down in the predictions who you want to win. I know the Javier Rans fan club is with us, so I'm sure she'll be supporting the Spaniard, looking for a second win of the season. And of course, we do go into a break after this race. Let's get the standings up to remind you all of how we currently stand going into race 3. K-Morse and Javier Rans are tied on points, but K-Morse is on top with 54 points. Javier Rans on 54 points. Nothing has split them. And now we're spawning in. Wait out for the light sequence. 3 sets of red lights will come on. Here we go. About to get started here in Hockenheim. We go green in Hockenheim, and we're off and racing here. And a good start by Javier Rans. Will he keep the lead into turn 1? As now K-Morse dives down the inside into turn 1, and K-Morse gets the lead into turn 1. Javier Rans second. Adam Crowther. ABR's got a good start from further down the field, and ABR's now up to third, just behind Javier Rans and K-Morse, and he's going to go for a move possibly for second down the inside of Javier. Krasar just locking up and forcing N62 a little bit wide there. Sorry, that was Krasar going miles wide. Might have been Adam Crowther or N62 outbreak themselves, but let's try them both with Javier Rands. It's Javier Rands. They've reached the end of the first sector. The timings aren't coming up on the screen just yet. Look for Constantino cars in behind between 6th to 10th, separated by about a second there. Javier Rands, K-Morse has gone wide. Can Javier Rands force an issue down the inside? ABR and Adam Crowther and N62 going side by side behind as well. A little bit of contact in the background between Becerra and Tiolo, I think. It's Norin and Tiolo. And they're not 52 seconds off the pace as they were showing there, but K-Morse has got the lead. With Javier second, Adam Crowther ABR in third, Adam Crowther fourth, then it's N62, and they're separated by around 3 seconds as it stands. I think N62 might have made a mistake at Mercedes turn 8. But, and that's Adam Crowther going off in the gravel. And that might be his race completely over. He's just got to hope and wait that luck comes his way. Becerra, Norin and Tiolo just going through camera shot on the left-hand side of screen. That's not ideal. So Adam Crowther now all the way down to the back of the field. And K-Morse is showing the pace, and Javier Rands goes for a spin out the final corner at Sud Curve. That is a shock. Javier Rands, he cannot get the car started either. He's back round. Oh my goodness me, he's nearly ended up. He needs to get the car started, and he needs to get his race back underway. Becerra has gone in the pits early, and K-Morse has got a free lead of 4.4 seconds, and that is already a big advantage to have at this stage in the race. With this nearest rival, Javier Rands, who we expect to absolutely fly through the field, sitting in 11th place. Becerra in the pits. Not sure what happened to him. He's currently undergoing a pit stop, as you can see on the screen. But we do have a battle for second, I think. N62 just getting close to ABR there, and Kaiser Goof and Matt going at it in behind. Let's go on board with Matt and Kaiser Goof as they're side by side on the run down towards turn 7. Kaiser Goof on the outside, Matt on the inside, the Italian against the German. And I think the German might have right away of the track here, but Matt's going to try and hang around the outside of Mercedes at turn 8. He's now got the inside line. He's going to try it, and Matt has got that move done. That was a beautiful move by the Italian, and Matt is up to 4th place. Lovely move on Kai's Goof there, with Quasar hunting them down in the background in 6th. N62 has just lost a little bit of time as well. Might have ran in the gravel somewhere as K-Morse dominates out front. Let's ride and pull with Javier Rands. He is getting closer to Norin and GTS, and it will be interesting to see if he can pick up the pieces. And already nearly picking up the pieces as GTS just ran in the grass there a little bit. It is a bit spread out the field, ABR and N62, but Javier Rands, this is the crucial point. He's got to come through the pack to try and earn big points here and to stay with his championship rival. If Javier Rands can win this or even get a podium out of this race, this will be a drive of the day performance from him. And he's already gone past GTS, so there's one off his checklist as he runs wide into turn 1, nearly doing a Charles Leclerc there. Very, very good car control by Javier Rands, the Spaniard. And contrary to what it is saying on your screens, and on my screen for that matter, he's not 1 minute and 57 seconds off the pace, because we are on lap 3, and he should be around 28 seconds off the pace, and it is dead on 28 seconds off the pace. And he's now behind Norin within the slipstream. Norin also getting closer to Tiolo, and they're just beginning to Constantino up a little bit, these four. Javier Rands needs to try and launch it down the inside on the brakes. Javier Rands down the inside. He's got the position. Beautiful move, and Tiolo having a little bit of a moment there, so that's another position gain for Javier Rands. And now he can set about trying to get Adam Crowther, who at one point was at the back of this race. He's now the 7th. He's got to hunt him down. He's 7 seconds off him at the minute. Watch out for that gap, because it will come down quick. As we'll set our sights on the battle for second. N62 is around 8 tenths off ABR at the minute. K-Morse once again setting a 45.7 to start lap 4. And ABR and N62 currently battling out for second. N62 seems to have the good run at the final corner, but ABR now has just got to try and defend this into turn 1 at Nord Curve. N62 running out wide, nearly going for a bit of a spin. Those curves can be lethal, and ABR now has N62 behind him. Oh, and they're coming very close together there. Can N62 try and force a move on the run down towards Parabolica? This is turn 5 they're approaching. 11.5 seconds between the leader and this battle. Gaps will come down. Just having a look further down the field. Adam Crowther's got past Krasov for 6th. Matt and Kaisergoof running behind. N62 goes off at the hairpin at turn 6. Not what N62 would have ordered, and not what he would have wanted either. N62 off. He got the best run out the corner, without a shadow of a doubt, but N62 has now got to claim back that second that he's lost from ABR. And I think K-Morse might have had a little bit of a half spin, possibly out in front, because that gap has just reduced slightly from what it was. It was 11 seconds, it was at 1.10 and a half there. It will be interesting to see if he can get closer. Speaking of getting closer, I think Matt is starting to get involved in this battle as well. He is about 2 seconds off N62 at the minute, and a further 1.5 seconds off ABR. He is getting closer to this, and Matt can have a say in the podium positions, possibly here tonight. As Kaisergoof leads a little bit of a train, Adam Crowther right on the back of Kaisergoof. This is for 6th as we approach lap 5. Here, and Kaisergoof running out wide of his home track. Can Adam Crowther try and nip it up the inside of the final corner? They're going to be running side by side. Adam Crowther on the left-hand side of your screen. Kaisergoof on the right. And Kaisergoof will maintain the position going down into turn 1. And he will defend this for his life, does Kaisergoof. And Adam Crowther right in behind. Krasar also trying to get it on the act. And there, right in the distance, is Javier Ranz, who is making headway on this battle. He's already closed 2 seconds up in the last 2 laps that he's done. He is setting 146.4. He's 2/10 off K-Morse in the last lap there. It is going to be interesting to see how Javier Ranz can get through the field. He will come in the camera shot just about there. He's right in the background there. As Adam Crowther tries to launch one down the inside of Kaisergoof at the hairpin at turn 6. And that's a very nice move he can complete it, but I think Kaisergoof has just got the run off the corner, and he should have it on the run into turn 7, and Kaisergoof does indeed have that corner sewn up, and that position sewn up, and he's back up into 5th. Was briefly down to 6th, but he's now back up to 5th place. K-Morse is currently running away with it out in front, but Javier Ranz is catching. Don't think he'll catch the leader, but he will certainly catch these guys ahead of him. Possibly, I think he could finish 2nd, if I've got to be honest. I'm quite on board with him because he is approaching Krasar. Spaniard against the Brit. I think Krasar is British. Let me just double check that. Javier Ranz right on the back. And indeed, Krasar is British, and he's currently 3rd in the championship. So this is crucial. Krasar will defend this though. Speaking of defending, Kaisergoof's got something defending to do. Adam Crowther just backs off into turn 1. Yeah, I will. Sorry about that disturbance there. But Javier Ranz now making his way past Krasar, just making a mistake there. And Javier Ranz up into 7th place, and he will be hunting down these 2 ahead. Got Kaisergoof in the sights. Adam Crowther behind him. Adam Crowther ahead of him, ahead of Kaisergoof, and they're all running down in line of stern into turn 6, on lap 6. K-Morse currently out in front by 15 seconds. And Javier Ranz once again closing in. He's the 2nd quickest car out on track. Is he going to try and make a move into Mercedes at turn 8? Possibly just running a little bit wide out there. Nice line, he's going to try and nip it up the inside of Kaiser Goof. Now into turn 10. This is turn 11 they're approaching. Right-hander. Just before Sachs at turn 12. Javier Vans. And there, Kaiser Goof just running off track. He's getting caught on the grass as well. He's got to be careful to rejoin the track. And I think he's gone off into the gravel there, nearly doing a Sebastian Vettel. Well, Quasar takes full advantage of that, but Javier Vans makes another position. And in relation to second, he's 13 seconds off second with 10 laps. Now, 10 laps, including this one to go. He's 30 seconds behind Kamos now. And N62, I think might have made a mistake somewhere out on track. So I've just noticed he's dropped down to 4th. From 3rd as Matt now streaks ahead of him. Going back on board with Javier Vans though, because he is making his way through the field. This is the most interesting aspect of this race. 148.2 last time around though from Javier Vans. Can he try and close up after that early spin? He's got to try and close up on the rest of this field to try and essentially get something out of this race. Javier Vans sitting in 6th. Kamos is going to be championship leader, no doubt about it, after this race. It's just going to be interesting to see if he can make enough progress through the field. He's got enough field to do it, more than enough field to do it. Javier Vans can get second, and he is now 11 seconds off second. He is 11 seconds off second, so he is closing in at a rate of knots. Is there any battles going out on track? I don't think there is, so we'll keep on board with this for now. Spaniard closing in on the Brit. Some may liken it to the Spanish Armada. Spain, of course, against Britain. Let's say about that. But Javier Vans, now onto lap 8, is 30 seconds behind the leader. And he's not closing in on Kamos because Kamos is going quicker than him on track. But look at the lap time comparison there. Adam Crowther, 147.2. He is catching N62, who in turn is being caught by Javier Vans. N62's last lap was 150.8. Compare that to Javier Vans, and he's already 4 seconds quicker than N62 on that last lap alone. He's not closing enough to try and warrant a podium position possibly here at the minute, but it can all change, of course, with around 9 laps to go here in Gavra Canterbury round 3. And if you're just tuning in, I'm James Head 14 and I'm your commentator here tonight. Once again, a pleasure to be commentating this brilliant race as we are currently on board with the battle for N62, Adam Crowther and Javier Vans, approaching turn 8 at Mercedes. And Javier Vans is beginning to bear down on these two ahead. Just give a little point out to some of the drivers further down the field. Becerra, I think, has just been lapped, or will be getting that very shortly, by Kamos. Oh! And I'm not sure what quite happened there. Was that contact between Adam Crowther and N62? Surely not. Oh, I personally didn't see it. I'm not sure if that was lag. I'll have to go back on the stream later on and watch that, but Javier Vans making a very costly and silly mistake there. And that has given a clear air for now to Adam Crowther. And Adam Crowther, closing down maybe who I think has made a little mistake out on track. And in fact he has, because Matt's now in second. So much going on in this race. Been quite a few changes in position. But APR has now lost second to Matt, and Matt slower than him last lap around. is beginning to try and close up on Kimmels, but he is 26 seconds off at the minute. As GTS and N62 are both in the pit, I think N62 was getting his damage his front wing repaired, and they're trying to ball with him actually. There's N62, and that's Norrin. GTS just coming in the pits. Again, that's Norrin. There's N62. He's just about to come out of the pit, I think he's getting fuel on board, which is not ideal. We can go. It's a very long pit stop around here. And there, N62 was released from his pit box. Now he can get back out on circuit to try and make up for lost time. Gavra has just passed him for 10th. So let's hope N62 can get a move on with fresh tyres. Adam Crowther, in the meantime, has closed right on the back of ABR, who seems to be struggling now. And all of this battling is beginning to bring Javier Ranz back into it. Matt is also beginning to lose time to K-Morse. So these four essentially are going to Constantino at one point. There could be a little bit of a train forming. There is certainly a train forming between Adam Crowther and ABR as they battle for third. The final point score, the final podium position, Adam Crowther tries to launch one up the inside, but ABR has that move covered. And watching in the background is Javier Ranz. Let's actually, if we can, go on board and then we'll see how Javier Ranz can close up to the rest of the field. He could go for a move here at turn 6 hairpin. Adam Crowther outbraking himself again. Possibly that could have been the cause of an N62 accident. Javier Ranz closing up all the time to these two drivers, and he's in the slipstream. He's going to try and possibly get a move done at Mercedes at turn 8. I don't think he's close enough though. And he is, but Adam Crowther is. Ooh, that was a bit aggressive from Adam Crowther. Oh, and ABR loses the car there. ABR off to the gravel. Let's go back to trackside cam. And ABR. Wow. And I think Adam Crowther and ABR's gone off again. Both of them, I think, picked up penalties. Doesn't say on the race feed, but I think they picked up penalties. Or at least some sort of warning. For that lap might be invalidated actually. So Adam Crowther now down to 4th. Javier Ranz has benefited out of that, and now he's in the podium position. As I said earlier on in commentary, not impossible, but Adam Crowther could go for a move down at turn 1. Be brave if he does. Javier Ranz though keeping it beautifully on track there, not doing a 360 like Charles Leclerc did in the 2018 Hockenheim race. ABR is in the pits to repair his damage. Quasar will take full advantage of that. And now Javier Ranz can try and make a burst on Matt ahead of him. Javier Ranz was just slightly slower than K-Morse that last lap around. And it is going to be interesting to see as the laps tick down, can Javier Ranz get closer to Matt here tonight? Italy versus Spain. Not Italy, Italy versus Spain. And Matt currently is down the order in the standings. Matt currently sits in 9th, so he's benefiting out of this a huge amount. Possibly could be going up past the likes of Adam Crowther, past the likes of Kaiser, past the likes of ABR. As now, there's another glitch on the side there. Not quite sure what's happening with the interval timings. Hopefully it'll work very soon. K-Morse just came across. Yeah, there we go, they've just fixed itself. And K-Morse has actually lost a little bit of time because he's just overtaken a back marker who I think might have been M62. Let's check. It was ABR, I think. Oh, and Becerra going off track. There's N62. K-Morse is up the hairpin, and he is just overtaking Norrin actually. There. And again, battle for second's heating up. 1.5 seconds separating the battle for second. Matt is coming back to Javier Rams and Adam Crowther. These are the two that are really catching the eye in this race. The rest of the field are pretty much spread out, but it is going to be interesting to see. K-Morse has possibly made a mistake out on track. Confirm that later on. As Javier Rams now tries to go for Matt on the run down towards turn 7 and turn 8. And turn 8 of course culminates in the Mercedes-Benz grandstand. Javier Rams down the inside, he's now on the left hand side, he's got the move done though. Matt can try and force an issue down the inside. Javier, oh, he sweeps round him. Beautiful move by Javier Rams. The Javier Rams fan club will be up on their feet right now, here in Hockenheim, and he has got second place. It's not enough to close down K-Morse, I think. Apart from, oh, Matt and Adam Crowther having a bit of a coming together there. Both staying on track, luckily. Unless both of the leaders make mistakes, I think that's the top two sorted. It's just the case of who's going to be finishing third between Matt and Adam Crowther. I'd have my money on Adam Crowther if I would be honest, looking at the laps that he set. And the British driver is closing in on the Italian, taking a deeper line there, Matt. Saving ground on the inside, but Adam Crowther's got the one on him into turn 1. It'll be silly if he tries this. As he just brakes slightly there. That's going to take full advantage, and he's already got him. Adam Crowther has already got Matt. Now it's the case of if he can pull away. Adam Crowther just been forced into a slight mistake there. He does get the run off the corner. And now he has got the run from Matt. And he should begin to pull away, but Matt is stuck within that slipstream, and here he comes. Now down the inside of the Parabolica at turn 5, now into turn 6. He's currently ahead on the screens and on the timing screens. Adam Crowther's going to try and hang it around the outside. And he's... well, Matt's just parked it there. Oh! Both of them having a bit of a coming together. Matt just losing control of his car on exit of the hairpin. Adam Crowther was there on his inside. Nothing that could have been done about that. But Matt now is back up to third place. Possibly might have a little bit of damage though with that collision and that bit of contact with Adam Crowther. Because we are about to start lap 14. K-Morse has just come across the line now to start lap 14. And he must have made a mistake on that lap because 148.8 on that last lap. Definitely slowing up out in front. It's not enough for Javier Rams to catch, surely. With 4 laps to go. Currently on board with Adam Crowther and Matt. Oh, this battle will continue. Further down the order, some of your favourites might be further down the order as Adam Crowther just runs Matt out of room. Could have given him a lot more room there if I've got to be honest. Might be seeing some LLPs after this. The race is over. I'm sure Gavra and the stewards will meet behind the scenes to discuss that. But now I think possibly that battle could be complete, and we could be seeing the top 3 as they are. So let's have a rundown of the order as it stands. K-Morse currently on top, approaching turn 8. 21.7 seconds ahead there of Javier Rams, as he now approaches turn 6. Adam Crowther sitting in 3rd. Matt is getting closer to him though, and behind in 4th. Let's just stay with this for now. And Matt's going to try it down the inside. Adam Crowther's going to try and get one back on him and park it on the apex. And that is beautiful. Run off the corner there from Adam Crowther, the Brit. Outrunning Matt off the corner. He's got the buffer and he's got the straight line speed, and now he will begin to pull away. Simply from Matt. I think that battle is now pretty much over. Matt is looking up into the corners as well, which is not ideal around this track. He's a second clear, so he has gained another 3/10 off them corners alone. And Adam Crowther now sitting possibly in a comfortable 3rd from Matt in 4th. Fraser, the fellow Brit, is in 5th. And then it's Kaiser Goof in 6th, Tiolo in 7th, Tiolo in 7th, Norrin in 8th. ABR 9th, and 62 10th, and he is just letting through Javier Rands, I think, there. Becerra and GTS. All 12 drivers that started are still going around on track. GTS just making a little bit of a mistake there. And speaking of mistakes, Matt's just made one. And I think that was at Sachs at turn 12 where we made that, because it's just lost 7 seconds to Adam Gavra. Becerra is right there though, beside him. Both of them running the same livery, I think. Slightly different, I think, on Matt's car. And it is, you can tell by the yellow down the front wing. This is the Albsner Automotive livery that Becerra is running, and Matt is running. When we get a chance to see, hopefully we can see this livery. And it's the Yankon Mobile livery that he's running. And he has got an F1 sticker on the front, which I very much appreciate. Which is very, very nice indeed. So Matt now running a clear 4th. That is not Quasar in the background, that's Quasar. Going around Parabolica, he's in 5th. So now, with 2 laps to go, I think that top 3, as it stands, will be your top 3 by the finish of this race. K-Mos is out in front by 20.5 seconds. Javier Rands is just inching into that gap. Was at 21.1, it's now 20.5, so I mean, if Javier Rands didn't have that spin, he was right on the back of K-Mos at this point in the race, I still would believe that K-Mos would win this race, probably because of pace. I mean, Javier Rands in that last lap, he has scored the second nearly on K-Mos. He has just made a little bit of a mistake, I gather, at turn 1. Yes, he has. Just lost that time again. He's in 6/10, and he has got a back marker ahead of him as well, who I think is possibly N62. It's not N62, that is somebody anyways. Where's that? That's ABR, I think. It is ABR. Got there in the end. But hope you guys have enjoyed this race. We have got one more lap to go. And K-Mos leads by 21.8 seconds. That gap is increasing all the time. And it is going to be very, very interesting to see how this race develops. Of course, we've got the break after this. We're at the Red Bull Ring, and we are running the Porsche Caymans around there. That will be taking place on Halloween, the 31st of October. I know that date because my girlfriend's birthday is literally the day before Halloween. And Group A will be taking place that day as well, on the 30th. That is, so we're off to Austria, we're off to the Sound of Music next week. Not next week, the week after, in the Red Bull Ring. Going pre-circuit, not the short circuit, because we can have 2 variants of that track around here. But we've now started the final lap, and K-Mos taking Parabolica for the final time at turn 5 is going to come away with a very dominant victory and 30 points to the championship standings. As it is the case, this is going to be his 2nd win of the season after his round 1 win in Silverstone International. It's going to be a pretty bloodless success, if I've got to be honest, from K-Mos. And K-Mos, if we can argue, if Javier Rands didn't have that spin, would he be any closer to K-Mos? I would highly doubt that, because I think K-Mos has been the better driver on track, proven by his last lap there, 1 minute 46.1, with Javier setting a 1:47.4. Matt has made a mistake out on track, and he's now getting closed down by Quasar, so that could still play out for 4th. But K-Mos is rounding the final 5 corners here at Hockenheim. He's now at the final 2 corners, just approaching turn 17, the Sud curve. And the Brit is going to win here in Germany And it's not the first time a Brit has won in Germany. Kimmel's wins here. Gavra Academy round 3. A bloodless success in the end. With Javier Rands now running second. Krezor has got ahead of Matt on the final lap. Matt has made another mistake and he's running across the grass there in the back of shot. Not ideal. I think he might have lost his rear wing. He has lost his rear wing. Matt has lost his rear wing. That is a sight to behold. He's also lost his front wing as well. Javier Rands has just came across the line in second there. Adam Crowther is coming around the final couple of corners now. And it's going to be a Brit 1-3-4 at the minute. As it stands, Adam Crowther will be getting third. And he's going to be jumping up quite a lot in the standings as well. Very good performance from him. Another one that had to survive an early mistake to come through to get the podium. So I'm going to say driver of the days are Javier Rands and Adam Crowther. Jointly, I would just slightly give it to Javier Rands though, if I've got to be honest. Krezor is going to come across the line in fourth, so third in the championship as it stands. Might not be at the end of tonight, but we'll see when standings are released in due course. Krezor has just come across the line in fourth. Nice performance from him, quite quiet race. Another quiet race for Kaiser Goof. He's fourth in the championship. He had a horrible race in Zhuhai last time out, where he finished 11th. This is a much improved performance, and it is 5th place for Kaiser Goof. Much improved. Matt is going to crawl across the line, quite literally, without a rear wing. He's going to finish 6th. Kaiser Goof did get ahead of Matt on that final lap. And Tiolo just coming across the line to finish 7th there as well. So let's give a rundown of the final order. As it stands, Kim Ors wins by 25.5 seconds from Javier Rands in second, Adam Crowther in third, Krezor in fourth, Kaiser Goof in fifth, Matt in sixth, Tiolo 7th, Northern in 8th, ABR 9th, and then 62 rounding off the top 10. ABR had a 10-second time penalty, which is not ideal. So did GTS, and Becerra finished, retired actually, in 12th, so we had 11 finishers, and Becerra retired at the end of lap 14. So, that is Gavra Academy round 3 over. Thank you very much to Gavra for having me along. Bit of a one-man show tonight, if I've got to be honest. Missing my co-commentator. But I hope I have done a good job for you, and I hope you will watch back the stream in awe of the race that we've just had in Hockenheim. So for myself, Jameson14, it is good night and God bless.